Hello board game brothers and sisters. So there's only a few hours left here in the Conan campaign, so I really want to get this out quick.
I'm sorry, these books are a little overdue.
I'm actually heading to Ohio in a couple hours here, so hit that like button if you appreciate the hustle. Usually at the end of a campaign there's only a few updates that are worth looking at, but with this one there's actually quite a lot, so I'm going to go through a few of them that I think are important to look at and let you know what the new updates are. And I'll also be letting you know if I'll be back in this at the end of the video.
Can you tell me where I can find a book on astronomy?
Don't you know the Dewey Decimal System?
So for updates 5 and 6, they go over a little bit of how the solo and co-op campaign work. They go into more details on the AI and targeting system, and they also let you know that you're going to be able to score victory points as well, just to gauge how well you've done on that campaign. Update 9 was actually a pretty interesting read if you want to check it out. And that one they go over the Kitai Acolytes and they describe how they function a lot differently than other villains. In Update 10 they talk about what they did to streamline the rules in the campaign mode. So if you're interested in the campaign mode, that one's definitely worth checking out. There's also a fan-made solo and co-op rule set to the Clutches and Picks Classic Adventure Mode scenario. It only requires the core retail version of Conan to play, and it uses the same version 1 solo co-op rules featured on the campaign page. So if you'd like to give it a try, I'll leave a link to that in the description below. So in Update 11, they talk about the Shadow Kingdom add-on for 27 euros. This includes the new Serpent Men, a Cull hero, and a Doom Overlord character. This adds 2 adventure mode scenarios plus 1 co-op mode scenario. In Update 19, they actually added Brule to this add-on, as well as a 3rd adventure mode scenario. So in Update 17, they talk about the Hidden Chambers map expansion, which comes with its own special solo co-op scenario and an adventure mode scenario for the new Citadel map. This goes for 9 euros. These 2 add-ons are really nice to have if you're interested in those solo and co-op modes, because there's not as many scenarios for that as there are for the adventure mode, and these add a couple more. Update 15 was very interesting. They got very creative with this one, adding a 6-player scenario. They do this by adding a playable hero sheet for the villain side. So you'll still have up to 4 people on the hero side, but on the villain side you'll have the Overlord and someone playing similarly to how heroes play with a hero sheet, controlling just one character on the villain side. In Update 16, they actually added another villain player sheet for the winged one. This one may not have a scenario added for it, but it gives players the option to get creative with it. There's actually a scenario creator fans can use to make up their own scenarios, and I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. In Update 20, they just let you know that they added a engraved dice add-on, which just gives you more sets of dice so that you don't have to share them across the table as frequently, and you can get a pair for each side of the table, and you can add that for 9 euros. So the final stretch goal is going to be a new mini map and the Scourge mini, and that will get unlocked once we hit 700k, and we're still a little bit away from that now, but we just might be able to hit it before this campaign ends. So I went over this campaign in a lot of detail in my previous video when the campaign launched, so if you haven't checked that out yet, I'll leave a link in the description below. I release those videos within 24 hours of a campaign's launch so that you don't miss out on early birds or any special 24-hour backer rewards. If you did miss that video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. I got my pledge in early, so I was one of the few that got their hands on the King Conqueror pledge, and I'll definitely be keeping my pledge in for this campaign because this game looks like a lot of fun. It's got really great reviews, and with that early bird pledge, I'm getting it at a pretty nice discount. I'll be going through the add-ons and most likely including any that are Kickstarter exclusive. Otherwise, I'll just get those in retail to avoid the shipping costs and conversion rate. That's it for this video. I hope it helped you decide if you'll be backing. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Patreon and keep that shelf cluttered and the table full.